Hello engineers and welcome to my channel. I am Yash and in this video I will show you how to build this amazing website using React and Tailwind. First, this website is going to be completely responsive. By responsive, I mean this website will look great on both desktop and mobile devices. So let me first show you what we'll be building today. On my left side, I have the desktop version of the website, and on the right side, I have the mobile version of the website. Let's start by looking at the navigation bar. On top, we have, so for throughout this website, we are going to use this amazing fonts, guys, which is Orbitron from Google Fonts. So I was saying navigation bar. As you can see, we have this links on hovering. We have this amazing hover effect, right? And this amazing button. Let's look at the mobile version. For mobile version, we have this hamburger menu, which when clicked drops down menu from the top, and which looks great as well. If you notice, of course, our menu has a little transparency, but look at this. Look at this text, right? Once the menu is dropped down, our text becomes transparent, which looks super cool, right? Okay, the best part is the hero section. As you can see, we have this like futuristic digital video playing on, which goes on great with the theme. And yes, this pause button does work. Let me show you. You click here and the video is paused and we see this amazing little transparent background for our text so that it's more readable, and you can play it if you want and the background disappears. And you can do the same for mobile version as well. The background shows up, background disappears. Awesome stuff. Okay. And guys, we are also going to use smooth scroll. So if you click on it, it smoothly scrolls to the product section. We can do the same thing for our mobile version and it takes you to the product section, right? For product section, we are using grid system. As I said, guys, this website we will be building completely from scratch, literally from npx create react app, and I'll walk you through the whole build. And once we are done building the project, I will also show you how to deploy this project on Netlify. So we have this card section for products. We can scroll down, we have more cards, and then we have this developer API section with this amazing picture and a little hover animation and some key points right here. We have the same section for our mobile version as well. So I can click developer API and you can see it here. So for mobile version, it will show up in a column, right? Which looks super great and with great padding and stuff. Now, if you scroll down, we have this customer section with this amazing color with black text. Looks just great, guys. And we have this companies which you are working with, right? Super cool. And then to finish off, we have this contact section with some social links. Of course, you can add more if you like. Guys, this project is pretty customizable. Like once you get hold of it, it will be really simple for you to make changes, right? And guys, and in the end, we have this form. And of course, we do have a footer as well. Let's scroll down and you can look at this section here. So on mobile version, it's like in column. With desktop, it's like in row, right? Which looks great. You scroll down, we have this contact section. And for mobile version, we have this contact section. And guys, this form is completely operational. We will use getform.io to make it functional, right? Someone can fill out this form and you will get all the data. Let me show you just in a second. So I'll scroll down. We have this footer section. We have footer section for desktop version as well. Okay. So I was saying that this form is completely operational. So let me go to getform.io and I'll just try to log in. I'll just log in here. And okay, right. I just logged in because I logged in like a couple of hours ago. So let's fill out the form and see what happens. So let's do bar. And once again, we have that amazing fonts in the form as well. And here we'll do bar@gmail.com and hello, and just send the message. And it should take a second or two. And guys, look at that. It says thank you, which we can go to previous page. But this is the best part, guys. This is like your backend. So once somebody, like a visitor from anywhere in the world, fills out this form, you will get the form data like right away, right? You saw that, like it's super instant. So this form is completely operational. And guys, once again, we are going to use React and Tailwind. We do have some dependencies. So one is going to be React icons, which is amazing library of icons. Like they have tons of icons, different icons, which you can use from. And second, we will be using React Scroll, which provides us with the smooth scroll functionality, right? Once again, this is the website which we will be building. So let's go back here. And so for this play pause functionality, we will be using useState hook from React hooks, guys, which is super amazing, right? So you can play it, you can pause it, looks great. I'll also show you how to add video. Guys, so if you're coding along with me and you don't have this assets, what you can do is go down in the description below, go to my GitHub and download the assets folder, and you can use it in your project, okay? Feel free to use it however you like it. And so I am super excited for this project. I hope you are too. So let's get started, right? I have my terminal opened up right here. And as you can see, this is an empty folder. I will start off by doing npx create react app period. Like guys, for me, it's going to be period because I have already created the folder. But if you wish to create the folder and put the files in it, what you can do is, like, instead of period, you can have like blah blah, right? Or you can use the same name, but instead of period, just paste this name right there, okay? Like copy this, you can type it out and paste it here, and it should work just fine for you, okay? So pretty straightforward. I'll just put the period right here and just hit enter, and it should do its magic. Okay, the create React app installation just started, and we will continue once it's finished. Okay guys, now it's happy hacking. So what we can do is, I'll just ls and see I'm already inside the project folder. So I'll just do code period and it will open up my VS Code and we can start working on the project. Let's start off by removing these 3 files. We also don't need app.test. We also don't need app.css. So remove them. Inside index.js, remove all this. We also don't need strict mode. Remove this, and line number 5, we also don't need that, and make sure you save it. Next, go to index.css, remove all this. We will be adding our own stuff, like our configuration from Tailwind, so we will do it just later. And inside app.js, remove all this, and let's just say div and div with h1 and just say hello, so that we can test stuff, and remove all this as well. Save it. Next, I will drag and drop my assets folder inside source. And as you can see, I have 3 files. So first is this image, second is this image, and third one is the video, which we'll be using to play in the background of hero section, right? We also need to create a folder, which is going to be components. Now let's start off by adding Tailwind to our project. So I'll open up my browser, which is going to be Safari. And guys, this is the project I worked on, so don't worry about that. We will start our server once we have Tailwind installed. We already did the first step of creating our project. Let's start by doing these steps. So I'll just copy this, go to my terminal, paste it, and it should start installing. I'll copy this as well, copy and paste it, and hit enter. And it should, it created the files which are required. Go back, and we also need this, copy this, and which we will paste in Tailwind config file, which the commands just created. Remove this and paste it right here, save it. Next, we should copy this part, all these 3 lines, and go to index.css and paste it right here and save it. So next, what we can do is, let's run our server and see whether we successfully installed Tailwind or not. So it's going to be npm. You know what, before we do that, let's also install a React Scroll and React icons. So these are both the dependencies which we will be using. So let's just get done with it so that we don't need to stop the server again once we start it. So it just installed, and what we can do is npm start, and it should start the server in my browser, which is going to be Safari. And I'll just put it first. This is the project which I created, and this it just started. Okay, right here. Looks like Tailwind is installed. The way to verify is, so just close this. We can go to app.js, and instead inside our h1, I'll just say class name, and let's just say text for Excel. And now when I save it, you can see that our text size just got bumped up. So we successfully installed Tailwind. Next, let's get our custom fonts, right? So I have Google Fonts opened up right here. And for fonts, we are going to use Orbitron right here, this one. And let me just bring it here and bump it up. Click on it, and I'll just start. Okay, I'll just remove the style. Okay, I'm not here, right here. I'll just remove it. So this is what you will be seeing. So what I'll do is I'll start by selecting this 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Make sure you select all of them. And next, click on this one. So you want to click on this one at import, copy all this stuff, go back to VS Code, and inside index.css on the first line, just paste it right here. And next, what we want to do is we will add the fonts to our HTML. So what we will say is at layer base, and this is going to be HTML. And this part, we will get it from here, which is right here. Just copy this and go back to VS Code and just paste it. Okay. And so we can see the difference right away. So here we have hello. And now when I save it, you will see that our font changes. Okay. So we successfully installed our fonts. Now that we are here, let's also add some more stuff. Guys, this is the only CSS we are doing. Rest of the things are going to be Tailwind, okay? So this is going to be background, and this is going to be black, and put semicolon, and we will also do apply. This is going to be tracking wider, and we also want text gray 200. And hit enter and save it, and you will see the black background and white text, right? Pretty awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. Along with this, let's quickly close all this stuff. Inside our Tailwind config, we want to add some standard colors which we will use throughout the website. So I'll just say colors right here and open this up. So first one is going to be th blue, and this one is hash 35e EED, and next one is th orange, and this is going to be hash F9823F, and next one is th purple, and this is going to be hash ED02FF. Okay, that's it, guys. We are done with all the configuration. You know what? We can test out these colors, and I can show you how easy it is to use Tailwind. And what you want to do here is, so if you want to give color, okay, right here, and space, and and Tailwind also has their own colors. So for example, you can do text red, and you can select text red 500, and it will make your text red, right? But what if you want to use the colors which we just added? It's super simple. Just do text and th, and it will bring up. So th is for theme, so that every time we press th, we can see all the colors, right? And when I do th blue, we can see the blue color, right? Awesome stuff, guys. Okay, go here, and inside components folder, I will create a new file which is going to be navbar.jsx, and I'll just do rafce. Okay, this is an extension, so I'll just hit enter and it will just fill out everything. So this extension is React snippets. You can go here. First, you actually want two extensions. First is going to be Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. Just go here and just type in Tailwind IN, and you should get this. And next one is React snippets, which is going to be this guy over here. Okay, so make sure you get both of these extensions. Highly recommended stuff, guys. Okay, I'll just go back and let's also clean some of these things up. I'll remove this as well. Okay, and our navbar.jsx, I'll just save it, go back to app.js and remove this h1, and instead what you want here is a navbar. So what I'll do is remove this, and let's just say remove this navbar and select this so that it auto imports, and now we can see navbar written right here. Okay, and I'll close the sidebar. Okay, let's go to navbar and remove this, and let's start by adding some classes. So basically this div will have another div, and this div will have another div, and this div will have h1, which is going to be Anton, and save it, and we can see Anton right there, and just that. Next, let's add the classes right here. So this one is going to be absolute, width is going to be full, height is going to be 24, not 2x4, it's 24. Guys, this autocomplete, you get it by using Tailwind IntelliSense extension. Okay, make sure you get it. Super awesome stuff, guys. Really, it will help you boost your productivity. So one more thing, what you can do is when you hover over here, you can see the CSS being applied to the element, right? Pretty good stuff, guys. So H24 is basically 6 rem and 96 pixels. Okay, super good. Make sure you get that. Text is going to be white and Z of 20. Guys, we are adding Z index because of the drop down menu. You will see in the later part when we implement mobile menu. Okay, and this one is going to be flex, justify between, and items center. And we will have max width, screen XL, and MX auto as well, and padding X of 4. Guys, PX is padding on x-axis, so basically left and right of 4. So basically it's 1 rem and 16 pixels, right? Padding left, padding right. Awesome. So PX4 and height of 4. And now when I save it, we see this, a little padding, but we don't see much more. And this div will have no classes, and our h1 will have class of text th blue, and we will have tracking widest, and we will have text 3xl, and save it, and we can see our text getting larger because of text 3xl. And what tracking widest it does is it just adds letter spacing, right? So basically if I remove this, you will see that like text comes a little bit together, right? So let's keep that. Okay, after that, what we want is right after this div, the one after h1, we want to create another div, and this div is going to hold our list items. Okay, so this div will have a ul tag, and ul tag will have a bunch of list items, right? So let's say home and like something like this, right? So let's add the styles right here. So this div will have class of hidden. So Tailwind is mobile first, guys. So whatever styles you apply, it applies to mobile, and then you can use media queries to break down stuff, right? So in this case, by default, it's going to be hidden for mobile devices, and for devices greater than medium, I'll show you what medium means. It's going to be flex and items center. Okay, now when you hover over MD, you can see that minimum width is 768 pixels. So so for devices greater than 768 pixels, it's going to be display flex, right? Awesome stuff, guys. So now when I save it, and what you can do is to test it out, when you make this smaller, you can see that our list items are hidden, right? So let's just make it big again. And this UL will have class of flex as well, so that it brings everything inside a row. Now, if you are following me with some other videos, you know I don't like to do this. So what we will do instead is create an array and loop over it. So this is going to be links. This is going to be an array with objects, and we can get name from, we can actually create it from right here. We can look at this. So ID is going to be 1, and it will have link property as well. This is going to be home and comma, and okay, let's duplicate this like 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right there. Let's start by changing the ID. This guy over here is going to be products, and this is going to be 3, and this will be developer API. Save it, and let's do 4 right here, and this is going to be customers, and let's make this guy over here 5, and contact. Okay, awesome. Save it. What we can do now is loop over it inside our UL, right? So what I'll do is links, so links.map, and this is going to be link, so we will get link, and we will return JSX. So what we can do is just move this over here and remove all this. And if I save it now, if you go back and you will see home like 5 times. The reason is this is still not dynamic. So what we can do is, let's start by adding key tag to our list item. And this is going to be link.id, and this guy over here is going to be link.link, and save it. And now we can see our links right there, right? Super awesome. We still need to style it, and there is a better way of doing this. So what we can do is we can use destructuring right here, and instead of saying link, we will use the curly brackets for destructuring, and I'll just say ID and link right there. And now we don't need this link period, right? So I'll just do select it, Command D, select both of them, and backspace, save it, and result is same, right? Okay, next let's add some styles to our list item. So I'll just open up my notes right here so that we can have accurate classes, and this is going to be padding of 4. We will have uppercase, and now if I save it, we have padding, and our text just became uppercase, right? And we will also have duration of 200, and on hover we want text to become blue, right? So it's going to be th blue, and cursor pointer, and save it. Now if you hover, you can see the blue color, right? Looking awesome, guys. Looks like we are pretty much done with the desktop menu. Okay, so we will right now leave it as it is, but eventually we will come back here and implement smooth scroll, right? So for now we are done with the mobile menu. Next, what we need to do is just add a button right here. The button, as you can see here, we need this button. So what, if you notice, we have the button on the top. We also have button in the mobile menu. We have button right here. I think we probably have one more right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, instead of repeating all the styles and all that stuff, we will create a custom component for that button. So what we will do is, let's create a new file right here, and this is going to be gradient. So gradient btn.jsx, and let's just do rafce. Let's keep this open and save it. And what we want is, after our, let's close that, and after our UL, let's just get that button. So gradient button, and just save it, and we can see gradient button right there, right? But we still need to add some stuff right there. So let's go back to our gradient.btn file, and first we will pass in some props, right? So that we can have custom buttons. So first is of course going to be title. What's the button saying, right? Sign up or send message or XYZ. So another is going to be class name, so that we can extend CSS classes, right? Super easy stuff, guys. So guys, Tailwind is super amazing. Like once you get hold of it, it gets really easy to do some crazy stuff. Okay, now instead of div, this is going to be a button, and this is just going to be title. Once you do this and save, you don't see anything because we have not passed the props. So what we can do is, let's go back to navbar, and here let's pass title prop, right? So title, and our title prop is just going to be, I think it's use Anton or get Anton. Okay, get Anton, right? So what I'll just do, get Anton, and save it. And now if we go back, we see get and on right there, right? But we still need to style it. So go back here and inside button, we will just say class name. And for this, we will open this, put backticks. So it's the key below your escape key. I'll just have some water. Okay, let's start by adding gradient. So it's going to be bg gradient to right. So gradient to right here. So it's going to start from left to right, and the colors are going to be from th orange. Oops, my bad. So it's going to be th orange to th blue. So basically from orange to blue, right? It's like plain English. So padding y of 2, basically top and bottom, and px of 6. We used px earlier, which is left and right. And now if you save it, we should probably see the gradient. Why don't, oh, okay, right here, right? It just needed to refresh the browser. So px6, text is going to be black. Save it, we see the text black. And let's do rounded large, and it will give us some smooth rounding right there. And duration is going to be 300 for our hover effect, and hover is going to be scale 110. And now if we hover over this, we can see the effect right here. But what if you want to extend the classes, right? What if you want to add something else, or you want to add more padding? The way we will do it is we will do dollar and pass in our class name here so that we can extend the classes, right? I think we are going to extend classes in our navbar as well. So what we will do is, let's do class name right here. If you remember, this is one of the prop which we have right now, which we are using it inside class name, so it extends the classes. Pretty cool stuff, right? It's super convenient, right? Once you create the component, just feel free to use it everywhere. Guys, in this video, we are going to create one more component, which is going to be page section. Like, it's going to be super amazing, right? It will make your process of creating like products page, developer API page, like super smooth. Okay, so this is going to be ML4, which is margin left of 4, and we also want capitalize. So you will see that like first letter of both the words becomes capital, right? Get and on. Super cool. Okay, are we missing out on something? If we go here, okay, both of them look pretty similar, right? Okay, looks great, guys. So looks like we are done with the desktop version. Like, let's bump it up, and still looks great, right? If we see the tester project, pretty similar stuff, right? So let's just put it back right there. And what we want to do is, after this div, just after the button and after this div, we will have another div, and this div is going to hold our icons, right? The bar icon and the cross icon. So let me show you how you can find icons. If you remember, we already installed two libraries. So one is you can go to packet.json, and we can see we have React Scroll. This is going to be used for smooth scrolling, and we have React icons, and React icons is for React icons. Okay, let me show you how you can search for new icons. So I'll just open up a new tab and just do React icons and hit enter, a click here, and you can search for anything you want. Let's say you want a Facebook icon, right? So just say Facebook, and you will get like tons of icons, guys. Look at that, right? So how do you import it? So let's say we want bars, right? So for our menu, we want bars, and I personally like to use FA bars. So what you can do is click on this, right? And make sure you notice one thing. Initials is FA, here it's AI, it's GI here. So if you want to import something with FA, what you do is go on top of your file. I'll do IMP. It's going to be React icons / FA. Because our icon starts with FA, right? If it starts with AI, just do AI and you will be fine. Let's say if you are using this icon, right? Okay, so we are using FA for now. I'll do tab and go here and paste it, right? If you click here, it will copy automatically. You can see right here, okay? And now for the cross, it's going to be FA times, right? I just remember, I've been using both these icons a lot. I think all of my projects use FA bars and FA times. So it's in my head. Okay, so that's how you get icons. I'll just close this because icons put a lot of load on your browser. So my advice is search for all the icons you want and just copy their names and put it in notes or something, right? I personally have this names in my notes, so we won't be coming back, but that's how you go ahead and search for new icons. Super simple stuff, guys. So come here, and what we want to do here is inside this div, what we want is this here. We will have another div. Do we need another div? Probably yes. Actually, no, we don't need another div. What we need is just a class. This is going to be block. So for mobile devices, it's going to be block, but for bigger device, let's just save it. Let's put the icon right here, right? So FA bars. And now if I save it, we see the bar icon right here, but we don't want to see the bar icon on desktop versions, right? So what we will do is MD hidden, right? And now if I save it, we don't see the bar icon, but if you decrease the screen size, you will get the bar icon right away, right? Actually, for larger screens, it looks terrible as well. You know what? We can change all this stuff to large so that, okay, it looks, okay, this is not large enough. Oh, okay, what I need to do is, do we have the, okay, we do have the bar icon. The thing we need to do is change this to large as well. And now if you save it, okay, looks great, right? Because it was like snugging together. Okay, perfect. Look at this, guys. Looks amazing, right? Okay, next what we want to do is, we have the bars. Let's bring in the state, right? Because if we click on this, we want to change it to cross, right? Right now we don't have any state. So from this project, if you remember, let's close this. And if I bring down my menu bar, you can see that we are hiding the text on the hero section, right? So in order for us to do that, what we want to do is create the state in app.js, right? Instead of navbar, right? Usually you would create state in navbar, but this time we are going to create in app.js so that we can pass the state to both the components. So one is going to be navbar and another one is going to be hero section, okay? So this is going to be is menu hidden. Let's do is menu shown just to be consistent with my notes. So set is menu shown. You can name it whatever you like because this is just use state hook and those are just variable names. So feel free to use whatever you like. By default, it's going to be false. And what we will do is we will pass both of this in as props, right? So I'll just do equals is menu shown. And this is going to be set is menu shown, and same thing, set is menu shown, and save it. Excuse me. Let's go back to navbar, and here we will use destructuring. And if you know React basics, what this is basically we are trying to access the props, right? Instead of doing props dot is menu shown or XYZ, we will just use destructuring so that we can just say is menu shown and set is menu shown, right there. Awesome. Now what we want to do is save it, go to your navbar, right? Go to your navbar, close this, we don't really need that, and scroll down. And what we want to do here is just cut it and open curly brackets, and we will say is menu shown. If it's shown, what we want to do is this is going to be this guy over here, and let's just do this, and this one is going to be FA times, and just save it. And I think both of them have bigger size, so size of 30, just we don't need that, and let's add size of 30 here as well. And now if I save it, go back to our file, we see it here, but when I click it, okay, it's still not changing. What we want to do is we need to set it, right? The way we do it here is, so here what we want to do is inside the div block, we will say on click, and we will just say this, and this is going to be set is menu shown, and we will just flip it, right? If it's true, it's going to be false. If it's false, it will become true, right? Now, if we click here, look at that, guys. Awesome, right? Look at that. Let's also add cursor pointer. If you see, we have this. Actually, on mobile, we don't have mouse. But you know what? Let's still just do it because we are testing and it just feels weird. But it's not necessary to have cursor pointer because on mobile devices, you don't have mouse, right? You tap on it and it just opens up. But for now, looks pretty good. Awesome stuff, guys. Okay, so the only thing we need to do is once you click on this, we want to bring down the menu. Damn, the train's here. Okay, don't worry about the train, guys. I'll just have water. Okay, now let's work on the mobile menu, right? So for mobile menu, what we want to do is actually we want to create a fragment. So this is going to be a fragment create on top of the div. I'll just copy the closing tag and put it right here. And we will create another div right here. Okay, so this is going to be div, and this will have some bunch of classes right there. And inside this div, we will have UL tag, and inside this UL tag, we will go over our links, right? You know what? Let's just go ahead and do that. So, okay, right now it's by default, it's shown, right? Because it's cross. So what we want to do here is, let's go our links dot map, and this we can straightforward destructure. I just explained earlier what we are doing. So this is going to be link return JSX, and this is going to be li tag. Oops, my bad. We want this one, and this is just going to be link, and this guy over here will have key of ID. And now if I save it, we see our contact right here, but I think other stuff is like just hidden because we still need to style it, right? Let's start by adding the styles here. So on top of the div, what we want is width of full. Actually, what we need is this curly brackets. You will see why in a moment because it's going to be dynamic, right? Super simple. So let's make it width of full, BG black, text of white, and it's going to be absolute. Let's do Z of 10. Guys, make sure you notice one thing. This is Z of 10, and this guy over here is Z of 20, so that's how you get the feeling that the menu is coming from behind this bar, right? Behind the navigation bar. So that's why it's just a lower number. Okay, make sure it's Z of 10. Left of 0. Height will be fit, right? And let's do padding Y of 12. So basically top and bottom. For larger devices, it's going to be hidden and flex, justify center. Let's save it. Do we see anything? Not yet. So text center. Okay, we just saw stuff, right? But other stuff is just hidden behind. Text center, text to Excel, save it. Okay, it just bumped up. Next, it's going to be duration 500. Okay, now remaining stuff is going to be dynamic. So $, open your brackets. Let me just hit enter so that it's easier for you guys to see. I'll just do is menu shown. If it's shown, what we want is top of 24 and rounded bottom to Excel. So it will just add rounded corners and opacity of 95. And that's it. Okay, let's just do this, I think. Oh, okay, we need to do this. We can bring it back. Okay. So we need to do this as well. And if it's hidden, what we want is super simple, guys. This is going to be minus 100%. Okay. And now if I save it, okay, look at that. Now, okay, it just the reason we are not seeing anything is because our background is all over black. But once we put the video, how can we change stuff? Maybe. Okay, you know what? After this, we are just working on the hero section and we will be able to see it. Or, yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so after the UL tag, before the UL tag, what we want is our gradient button. So gradient button, close it, and this will have class of margin. So it's going to be margin top of 10, and we will have capitalize, and title is going to be get Anton, and save it, and we see the button. Our li tags will also have some classes actually, and this classes, it's super straightforward. So it's going to be padding of 4 all around. So when you don't add x or y, it's basically top, bottom, left, right, and it's also going to be uppercase. Save it, you can see the difference. And duration is going to be, oh okay, we don't really need duration right here, and this is going to be cursor pointer. Once again guys, you don't need cursor pointer for mobile devices, but you know what, let's just add it. I have a way of seeing this. So what we can do is, let's change our background from gray, from black to gray, and we will see the menu. Awesome, right? Look at that. So the rest of part is hidden, but once it's black, it looks more consistent. But just to prove the point, we have the rounded corners and we have the effect, right? Super awesome. So looks like we are done with all this stuff. We also added classes to our list items, and we also have the button, right? And we have the animation effect. Okay, awesome. Let's just put it back to black and save it, and let's test it out once again. Okay, awesome. Next, we will work on the hero section. So what I'll do is, let's just make this smaller. Okay, let's just keep this. Let's go ahead and create a new file. Inside components, this is going to be hero section.jsx, and RAFCE, save it, RAFCE, enter, save it, go to app.js, and after navbar, we will add hero section and save it again. And we still don't see anything because we need to add classes. And the reason, so our navigation bar is absolute. So our hero section is basically hidden behind navbar. I can show it to you. So if I comment our navbar out, oops, my bad. Okay, right there. You can see hero section written right there. Okay, we will work. So now let's go to hero section. Okay, now let's start by passing in our is menu shown state as props to our hero section. So I'll just go back to app.js and I'll just say is menu shown equals to is menu shown, just like the navbar, and save your file. Go back to hero section, and we will also have another state. This state is going to be for our video, right? So that we can play and pause the video. So what I'll do is I'll just say const is video playing, and it's going to be set is video playing, and this is going to be use state, and by default it's going to be true. So basically what this means is, whenever somebody lands on your page, when somebody visits your page, your website, by default video is going to play and user has a choice to pause the video, right? So I think that's a good default to have. Next, we will also have a use ref hook for our video, and you will see just in a second why we need that. So this is going to be use ref, and just do this, and we will have two functions. So first is going to be handle video pause. So inside this function we need to do two things. So first we will do video ref dot current dot pause, right? So this is like inbuilt API for using videos, so it's pretty straightforward. And what we'll do is set is video playing to false, right? Basically video is paused. And we will have the flip side of this. So this is going to be handle video play, and this will be a function, and what we will do is video dot current dot play. Pretty straightforward, guys. That's it. And we will set our state to true. And once we use this inside our elements, you will better understand it, right? So inside this div, okay, use ref is not imported, so I'll just do use ref, and now we should be fine. And one more thing, guys, we also need to import the video. So what I'll do is I'll do imp, and this is going to be dot dot assets, and it's going to be our hero video, and I'll just say hero video right here. And we also need bunch of fonts, so I'll just do imp react icons, and this is going to be fa, and first one is fa pause circle, second one is fa play circle, excuse me. And we will also have our gradient button, but I think we can auto import when we are using it. So let's start by adding class. Should we add the classes? You know what, let's just add it. So I'll just do class. This is going to be flex items end, justify center, and width of full, height of screen, and text gray 200. Okay, I think that's our text color by default. So let's just go to index.css. Okay, it's text grade 200, so we don't need to repeat ourselves. So let's just skip that, and we will just say text center and save it. So if I put something here, let's just say hello, you will see at the bottom, because if you go back here, you see this, it's at the bottom, right? That's why it's the text is at the bottom, and we will add padding and all that stuff later on. Okay, why it's hidden? Oh, okay, don't worry about that. My server is closed, that's why. What we can do is remove this hello, and okay, let's just add our video first. So I'll just do video, and this will, and it will have a closing tag, and it will have reference. This is going to be video ref, and we will do source. Source is going to be video, so it's going to be our hero video. And let's just add autoplay. You know what, we can add autoplay later, but it's going to loop, and it's going to be muted, and we will add, let's just save it, and we can see the video right there, right? But we still need to add some classes here, and this is going to be object cover, and we will have height of full, width of full, and absolute minus z of 10, so that whatever we put later on, it just falls on top of it, right? Okay, we see it, and it looks amazing, right? So if I add autoplay right now, it should play the video, right? So if I save it and refresh the page, look at that, guys, it's autoplaying, but we don't want it to like continuously play, so I'll just remove that and refresh the page. Okay, and if I have autoplay turned on, it slows down my computer as well. So okay, after the video, what I'll do is I'll create another div, and inside this div we will have h1 tag. There is going to be another h1 tag. You know what, let's just add stuff here. So this is going to be web 3.0. We will, and you can see at the bottom, and this is going to be the span, and span will have future, so that we can color it, and is here, and save it. We see the future is here. Let's start by, we also need the button probably. We can add those later. So let's start by styling this div. So this div will have class name of, and this will have curly braces, because if you remember, it's dynamic, right? You know what, let me quickly start the server and I can show it to you. If we go back here and it's loading, I'll just say yes, because we already have one React app running. And if you see, okay, this is because of the font size, and let's just make it small. The reason this class is going to be dynamic is because when you pause, it becomes black background, and another thing is this one. So when you pull down menu, it becomes like transparent, right? That's why it's going to be dynamic. So let's keep that running, and I'll just put it right back here. So let's start by adding the classes. So first one is going to be padding of 8 all around, and you will see it just bumps up. Flex, flex column, items center, justify center, duration of 500, and now we will have $sign and the brackets. So first is going to be, is video playing? So if it's playing, it's going to be just empty, but if it's not, we will have bg black, and by 80, so it will just, it's like alpha value, right? You can see at the bottom, it's like 0.8 alpha value. And now if you save it, Okay, still okay, because by default it's true, that's why. Don't worry about that. Once we add the pause button, we will be able to see it. Okay, that's fine. Next, after that, after this curly braces, let's add another curly braces and dollar sign. And this one is going to be is menu shown. So, okay, we need to get it here. We already passed it as prop. So this one is going to be is menu shown right there. And inside here, what we will do is use that variable and we will say if it's shown, opacity is going to be 20. And if it's not, opacity is going to be 100 right there, and save it. Okay. So we can actually test it out. So if I close this and pull this out, you can see that the opacity just decreased. You know what? Let's add the styles here. And I think this one also has a style of width of full. Okay, make sure you add that width of full. And this H1 will have class of text 5XL. 5XL, and for larger screens, it's going to be text 7XL. And probably do the same thing for this one here. So this is going to be text 5XL, and for larger screens it's going to be text 7XL. And also add capitalize, and we will have margin bottom of 12, and save it. And we can see it just bumped up. So let's add the class to our span. I think this is going to be text th blue, and probably font bold. Awesome. Okay, we see it right there. And now if I pull this down, you can see the opacity right there, right? Awesome stuff, guys. Okay, so we are done with this part. The thing we need to add is we need to add these 3 buttons, right? Let's work on that part right now. So after this H1, right after this H1 tag, we will have a div, and this div will have, first it's going to have gradient button. So gradient button, and close it. And this one, let's just say, does it have class? Yeah, it does. So this one is just capitalize, and text title is going to be get Anton. So get Anton, and when you save it, you see the button right there. Let's just duplicate this. So second one will have capitalize and mx of 12, and save it. And title is going to be get products. So you can say, just say products. I think products makes more sense. Okay, looks great, right? Right there. There's our gradient button, guys. See, it's so easy to use the gradient button, like because we created the component, right? That's the power of React, guys. So I'll just quickly turn on my lights. So I'll just, yeah, I can control my lights using my computer. Okay, not this one. So light off, and this one actually. Okay, pretty awesome, right? Okay, cool. After the gradient button, what we want to do is we will have this. If is video playing, right? If the video is playing, we want to show this icon. So fa pause circle and close it. And if the video is not playing, we want to show fa play circle and close it, right? That's it. Now if you we can see this icon right there, right? But it still won't work because we need to tie it up using on click. But let's start by adding some. First we will add size. So size is going to be 30. Save it. And something is going wrong. We should add classes right here as well. So this is going to be flex row, justify center, and items center as well, and save it. And we see the icon right there, right? Size of 30. Let's go back. And first this one is going to be on click, and this will be handle video pause, and let's add it here as well. So size is going to be 30, and on click this is going to be handle video play. Okay, train is here again. Again, I think it should work now actually. Oh, look at that, it works, guys, it works. Now we can actually add autoplay. So if I turn it on, save it, and now if I refresh the page, it just video autoplays, and you have the option to pause it, right? But we still need to style it. So let's just add class name right here, and this will have cursor pointer, hover is going to be scale 110, and duration 200, and text is, so the color is going to be th blue. Yeah, the noise, it's so annoying. Okay, awesome. Let's add more classes here. So this one is going to be cursor pointer as well. I think we can just copy it. It's same stuff. So I'll just copy this, remove this and paste it, and bam, look at that, guys. We have the hover effect and we can play and pause the video, guys. So awesome, right? Awesome stuff, guys. Okay, I guess we are done with the hero section. You know what? So that was the mobile version. Does it work on the desktop version? Yep, it does. What if we make it full screen and refresh the page? Guys, look at that. I can increase the font size so that you can see it better. Now, if you pause, we can see that black background. And if we play again, the background disappears. And for our smaller devices, like mobile phones, when the menu is dropping down, we see that that it becomes like a little more transparent, right? Okay, awesome, guys, awesome. It's pretty similar to our to my test project, right? Awesome. Next, what we need to do is next we will work on this part, which is products part, which you can see right here. And now we are going to create page section, guys. If you notice one thing, this part is pretty similar to this part. Oh, oops, my bad. Okay, it's pretty similar to this part, right? This part, and that part is also similar to this one. So we will create a separate component so that it's just easier to reuse, right? Okay, first, so let's do one thing. Let's create two files. I'll open this up, and first let's create page section.jsx, and another one is going to be products.jsx and RAFCE for products, and save it. I'll close this. And now if I go to app.js and below our hero section, I'll just say products, and just select this one, save it. Probably we should see products written over right here. We see products, right? Okay, now let's just close all this fast. And first, let's go to page section, and here we will see products. Okay, let's start with page section, RAFCE, enter. Okay, so let's start by adding some props, which we will be using. First is name, title, subtitle, and children, right? So guys, once again, this is the page section, right? First we will work on the page section. This is going to be like reusable component, and we will reuse it for products and all other remaining pages, right? Except footer. But we will use it for products, developer API, customers. Okay, so it's going to be pretty handy, just like the gradient button. Okay, now what we want is, so first div, remove this. First div will have name tag. This name attribute is used by React Smooth Scrolls to just scroll to that section of the page. Okay, so this is going to be name. Here, this will have classes of max width, screen, XL, and MX auto, and height of fit. Okay, and inside this div, we will have another div, and this div will have class of margin Y of 32, MX of 8. And guys, you can play around with this number, but personally I feel this is just perfect. Okay, so text will be center, and for larger devices, so just like the mobile menu for responsiveness, we will do text left. Okay, and inside this div we will have one h1 tag, and this is going to be the title, and we will have a p tag, and this p tag will have subtitle, and after this p we will just throw in our children, right? Now this h1 and p tag are basically this part. So this is h1 and this is the p tag, and as you can see, the whole thing has margin Y of 32. So we have 32 over here, and probably 32 after this div right here. So this is 32. Okay, and everything here in between is going to be children, right? For products, this cards are children. For developer API, both this divs are children. and for customer this whole thing is children. So it's pretty reusable, right? So in future, like if you come along and you want to add another menu, it's just straightforward, like just use paid children and throw in whatever you want. Okay, so we are almost done. So this h1 has some classes as well. This is text5xl, and our p tag will have class of margin top of 8 and margin bottom of 16. Okay, now let's go to our products page and try to use this. Okay, it's going to be super simple, guys. Once you see how it's done, you are going to be like, oh damn, that's so cool, right? Okay, let's just do that. So this one here, instead of div, we will have page section. So I'll just say remove this and page section and use it and save it. Okay, nothing happened because we need to add some stuff here. So first, wait, this should have refreshed. Okay, okay, you can see it's pretty empty, right? Now let's add the title and save it. So first is going to be name. Let's add the name as well. So products, and next is going to be title, and title is going to be products, and save it. And right here, guys, look at that. Looks great, right? And if we decrease the screen size, it's going to move to center. Pretty cool, right? And as I said, guys, this is just reusable, so you would be able to use wherever you guys want. Okay, where you want to create page sections. Pretty good. And for subtitle, I'll just, you know what we can do is brackets is fine, and we will have backticks. And let's just go here and I'll just copy this so that it's just easier. And guys, it's just placeholder text, so don't worry too much. And we have it right here, guys. Awesome, right? So the only thing remaining for this products part is creating the cards, right? Now for cards, we will have a div here, and this div will have all the cards. Okay, so let's just give it class of grid, and for larger devices it's going to be grid calls 2 and gap of 12, and text is going to be black. And now save it. Now, as you know, this will have all the cards. So what we can do is we can loop over some data, right? So first we need to get some icons. Let's just do that, imp, and this is going to be react icons, and it's going to be from font awesome. So first is fa rocket, next is fa satellite, another one is fa robot, and fa microchip. Okay, awesome. Next, okay, we are done with the imports. Now let's try to create the array, right? So let's just say products, and let's just do this. It's going to be an array with objects, and first is going to be 1, icon is going to be fa rocket, and size is going to be 50, class name is going to be text white. Okay, and just do this. After this is going to have title, and title is going to be manufacturing, and subtitle is going to be, we can get it from right here. So I'll just copy this, and if you see, like, all the subtitles are same, guys, but if you want different subtitle, you just change this subtitle and it should work fine, right? And now if I save it, okay, nothing really happens because we still need to loop over it. So you know what, let's quickly copy this 3 more times, 1 2 3, and save it. And how about we loop over it first so that it's easier to see inside this div. What we want to do is, let's just do products right here, products dot map, and this what we want is id. We will use destructuring, icon, title, and subtitle, and right here we will return JSX. It's going to be a div, not this one, and this div will of course have key tag, which is going to be id, and it will have some classes. Okay, so first one is going to be group. Now this group is used for hovering, guys. So the way it works is, if I if we don't use group, what happens is, if you want this to scale on hover, you need to hover exactly right here, like on the icon, then only it scales. But we want it to scale whenever like we hover in the card, right? So that's why we use group, just to reference the parent. Okay. So group, then we will have bg gradient to right. It's similar to buttons, guys. So from th orange to th blue, and rounded large, excuse me, flex call, and items center, oops, my bad, items center. And we also have justify center, padding of 8, and text center. And now inside this, what we want is another div, and after inside this div we will have another div, and this div is going to have our icon. So I'll just place the icon, and we also need to create, okay, that's pretty okay. After this, what we want is our h1, and h1 is just going to be our title, and we will also have a p tag right after our h1, and this is going to be subtitle. And now if I save it, we can see all this, right? That's awesome, guys. The only thing the only thing we need to do right now for this to work is add some styles, right? So let's just do that. And this div will have some classes. First is going to be flex, items center, justify center, duration 300, and group hover. This is how you use the group hover, guys. So let me show you what happens. Like, let's say if you use just hover, and what we want is scale. Let's make it 110 so it's easier to see. See, look at this. Like, if I hover here on the card, nothing happens. The only time it scales is when we hover over the icon, right? But that's not good. So the only thing, so what you want to do is just do group dash hover, and now it should work fine, right, for all the cards. Okay, why all the icons are rocket? Because we should just change this, and we should, okay, we can do that later. It's just data. Right now, let's just fix this. So we added this styles. Let's add style to this guy over here. So this is the icon, bg black, and rounded full, and we have padding of 5 and margin of 4, and enter. And look at this, guys, super awesome, right? And after this we will add styling to our h1 tag. This is going to be text 3xl, and for larger devices it's going to be text 5xl, and margin y of 8, and capitalize. Okay, awesome. Now when I save it, we see this, which is just perfect. And we also should style our p tag, which is just text large. That's it. Okay, so let's change the data so that we can see a little bit difference. So first, this, make sure you always change the IDs, guys. That's how React knows like you updated like this particular element when you loop over array, right? Otherwise, React needs to update the whole component, right? The whole thing. Okay, so this is going to be 2, and instead of FA rocket, what I'll do is microchip, and let's just change this to advanced electronics, and this one here is just going to be 3, and let's just say FA robot, and I think it's robotics, so I'll just, oops, my bad, I think I just selected both of them. Oh, okay, this is wrong. Okay, 2, and right here robot, FA robot, and size is 2, and this one, so we want to change this one, and this here is going to be robotics. And guys, don't worry about capitalizing this because it will automatically capitalize. Wait, what? Now if, okay, now we can see the icons. I don't know, somehow it's just not refreshing. I need to refresh the page. Okay, looks great right now. Though we should change the last one, and this is going to be ID of 4, and this is satellite. Let's just say payload to orbit, and save it. and looks just like our demo project. Okay, awesome stuff, guys, right? What do you think? It's so easy, right? First of all, we are using page section, and along with that, we are using an array. And look at this, right? Look at our like products.jsx file. It fits in one screen, which is super cool. And given like my text is actually bumped up, like if I decrease the size, this is what I normally use, and I can see pretty much everything, right? Except the array, but it's super convenient, guys. I'll just put it back right there. Okay, next what we need to do is we should work on this developer API section, right? So what I'll do is I'll close this, hopefully everything is looking great. Let's just make this smaller, and okay, look at that, guys. Looks great on smaller devices as well. And where is our menu icon? Okay, we do have our menu section, which is perfect. Okay, let's just put it back, and what we need to do is next, let's create a new file, which is going to be dev API. So dev api.jsx and RAFCE, save it, go to app.js, and after products, we just want to use that dev API and save it. Next, let's go to dev API, close that, and we should probably see dev API right at the bottom. Okay, that's fine. And let's just remove this. Okay, let's start by importing the image. So we need the image for this one. So this image, we should import it so that we can use it. So I'll just say imp this dot assets, and the picture we want is code.jpg, and I'll just name it code image. That's fine. And we don't need this div tag because we are going to use page section. So I'll just say, ooh, okay, what's wrong? Page section, and just that. It will have a closing tag. So right there. And let's add a name. Name is going to be developer API. So basically, guys, these names are supposed to match our navbar stuff. So basically, the name should match this. So that's how Smooth Scroll knows where to go, okay? Because this is our navbar link. If you click here, it will find this name, right? This with name attribute. So basically this thing, okay? So make sure they both are same. And name is going to be developer API. Title is going to be developer API. And for subtitle, what we can do is just copy the stuff. So wait, we need this brackets and this, and I'll just go here and copy this. Guys, it's once again, it's just a placeholder, so don't stress about it. I'll just go back here, and now if I save it, we can see this, which looks great, right? Look at that. Page section is so simple to use, and it just makes life easy, right? So the power of reusability. Awesome stuff. Okay, next what we want to do is basically, if you see our like page is divided into two parts, right? So it's going to be left and right, but before that we need a outer parent div. So what we will do is go back here, and let's start by creating a div, and this will have a class, oops, my bad. So this will have class of flex column. So flex column, because of smaller devices for phones, if I reduce the size, you can see that this is flex column, right? Because they are stacked up. But for bigger devices like desktop, it's going to be flex row. So what we will do is flex column. For larger, it's going to be flex row. Items center, justify center as well, and gap of 8, and save it. Go back to our website, and inside this, so first we will have left side. I'll just say left, and then we will have right side. So right side is going to be the picture, and so yep, and left side is just going to be the key points, right? Just like this one. So let's start by adding the left side first. Let's just go top down, and I'll just do div. This div will have a p tag, and basically this p tags are going to be just this. So what we can do is just copy all this. So for this one, I'll just copy this, copy and paste it. Let's just have 2, 3, 4, and once again copy this. Once again, guys, if you want, you can loop over this, but you know what, we can come back and do this later once we have styled it, right? So for first div, this will have class of flex, flex call, and gap of 4, width of full. And for larger devices, it's going to be width 1 by 2, 1, 2, and just select this one. And we also want padding of 8, and we will have background gray 900 and rounded large. Okay, awesome. So go back and we can see this. Awesome, right? So let's just style this and we will be done. So this is going to be border left of 4 and PL of 4. Did you see, guys? It's so easy to give border, right? Like super easy. Once you remember all these classes, you will be like super fast at building UIs, right? I personally just love Tailwind. Let me know in comment section below what you think about Tailwind. Personally, I'm big fan. So this one is going to be orange, and look at this. This is the best part. So we are going to use odd even. So what this means is, so first one is going to be odd, right? Because I think 0 is odd. Yeah, and let's just do this border th blue. Basically, it's going to be alternate, right? So I'll just save it. When you are looping over it, this makes more sense. But for now, it's just fine. What I'll do is I'll just copy this and paste it 3 more times. 1, 2, 3, and save it. And look at that, guys. We have orange, blue, right? Looks really amazing. Now let's work on the right part, which is pretty straightforward. So first div is going to have class of width of full. For large devices, it's going to be width 1 by 2. And once again, large will have rotate 6. If you notice one thing here, the image is already rotated and we put it in place once someone hover over it, okay? So by default, it's going to be rotate 6, but duration 300. But when someone hovers over it, we will make it rotate 0, right? Now, okay, we still need to add the image, but it's going to work. So this will have image tag. Source is just going to be code image, and for alt tag, let's just say code, and this will have class. Save it and we can see the picture, but we should add rounded large. So this will add the rounded corners, and we also want shadow large. This will add the shadow, and shadow color is going to be shadow th blue, and save it. Look at that, guys. Looks so amazing. And now when you hover over it, it puts back itself in place, right? Super awesome. And look at that, pretty similar. Awesome stuff, guys. Okay, so we are done with the developer API part. Next, we should work on customers part. So let's go ahead and create the file first. So I'll just say new file, customers.jsx, RAFCE, save it. And we should also add it to app.js. So this is going to be customers, and close it. And if we go back, and we can see customers right at the bottom. So I'll close the sidebar, close app.js, and we also don't need the navbar, and probably don't need dev API. What we can do is, let's just copy this, because we are going to use page section for our customers as well. So what I'll do is, let's just go to customers. So we have already copied page section. I'll just paste it and close it right here, okay? So that if you save it right now, you will see developer API, but you can just make these changes. So this will become customers, and this is going to be customers as well, customers. And let's grab the text from right here, copy and paste it, and oops, my bad. So okay, I'll just use my Alfred right here, save it. Now if you go back, we can see this right here. Awesome. So it's working completely fine. Hit enter right here, and okay, we are good to go. We probably need to import some icons, because if you see here, we have all these icons, right? So let's go ahead and do that first. So I'll just say IMP, and this is going to be React icons FA, and this one is going to be FA Amazon, FA Apple, and FA Facebook, FA Google, and we want FA Snapchat, and save it. Okay, that's it. So we can use it later on. And inside this page section, what we want to do is create a fragment, because we will have like two components like side by side, like siblings. So when you are using like custom component, you want to wrap it over a parent component, right? So basically there can be only one children. If you remember, if you go to page section, we have children props here, right? So children can be only one big component, right? A parent component, and inside that we can have multiple stuff. So that's why we are using React fragment here. So this will have div class, and hit enter. Okay, inside this div we will have another div, and inside this div we will have h1, which will just say blah, and let's do p tag, and this is going to be blah blah, and save it, and we can see blah blah right here. So let's just add some styles to them. So h1 will have style of text 3XL, font bold, and margin bottom of 2, and save it. And p tag will have no classes, and this div will have, once again we are going to use odd and even, so th blue. But the best part, guys, is we are going to loop over this. So basically this will eventually be inside a loop, so you will see the true power of odd and even, right? So odd even is going to be bg th orange and text of black, and we will have padding of 4 and rounded large. So the thing is, right now we are working on this part. Okay, this as you can see, odd and even, right? Odd, even, right? That's what we are trying to achieve here. Now if I save it, we can see this. So the only thing we need to do is add classes to this guy over here. So this is going to be grid, not grid. It's going to be grid. And for larger devices, it's going to be grid calls 4, and we will have text left and gap of 8 and margin bottom of 16, and save it. And you can see we just have one element right there. Okay, so before we loop over it, let's go ahead and create the array, right? And it's going to have some stuff. So let's just do the cons, and we will just say facts. ID is going to be 1, title is going to be, let's just say, we can get it from here, which is going to be 49 million, and subtitle is going to be this guy over here, was, and so I'll just quickly copy this and paste it right here, and we want this to be, let's copy 3 more times, 1 2 3, and let's change the IDs right there. So 2, this will say 57%, and this is going to be, okay, let's just copy it. Actually, I can type faster, but doesn't matter. Let's just copy it. So third one, with this is 3 months later, and this one is going to be, let's do who's in from where, and the is ghastly. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that was pretty fast. Fourth is going to be 7 new countries, so countries. And last one, let's just type it out. Door the beating door me unto that. Okay, I should really type. I should not copy, right? So now if I save it, nothing happens because we still need to loop over the array. So inside this, what I want to do is I'll do this facts.map, and of course we will destructure it beforehand, and we will have ID, title, subtitle, and let's just return the JSX. And basically this is the JSX which we want to return, and I'll just put it right here, first we will give this key, and this is going to be ID. uh, Guys, you may be hearing some sounds. It's because it's raining here pretty heavily, so yeah, don't mind the sound. It's going to be like ASMR, so uh, but yeah, real ASMR. And subtitle. Okay, save it, and boom, look at that, guys. The colors look so amazing. So that's the power of odd and even, right? So when you have odd and even, you want like different styling. That's how you can do it, right? Think about it. It's so powerful. If this was not there, what you would end up doing is like you need to do check, right? If you would have index here in for the loop, and you would check, right, whether it's like modulo 2, whether it's even or odd, and then you would have like multiple JSX, and it's pretty ugly, right? Look at this. This is super cool, and you can take it next level too, right? Let's just say odd has only odd cards have rounded edges, right? Look at that. Other cards have square edges. That's really powerful, right? So what I'll do is I'll just put it back, and we can see rounded edges on all four, right? So that's how you use odd even, guys. Now let's work on this. Once again, we are going to loop over an array. Before we do that, let's just create the HTML first. So this is going to be div. Div will have another div. This div will have, basically it's going to have icon and a p tag, and p tag is just going to say blah, right? It's pretty straightforward. You know what? Let's just go ahead and create the array first. So we already have the icons. And guys, if you don't want to type, what you can do is just go to my GitHub and copy all this stuff, right? Not everything, but at least you can copy the arrays. So that will make it easier for you, but I'll just do this. And this is going to be ID1. Icon is going to be FA Google. Size is going to be 25, and close this. And title is going to be Google as well. Don't worry about capitalizing, guys. We will capitalize using CSS. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So copy it 4 more times. Change the ID right here, and this is going to be Facebook. Let's just change it to Facebook. Okay, we need one more O right here because Google is Google, and remove this one. Google is great. And third, okay, FA Amazon, and this one is going to be Amazon. And fourth one, let's just do this, and fourth is FA Apple. Oops, my bad, Apple. I think it imported itself, so we don't want that. Remove this, because when we try to deploy this, it will be really painful, right? So my bad, we were editing the array, right? So this is going to be Apple. And last one, guys, which is Snapchat. And I'll just remove this and make it FA Snapchat. Actually, it's Ghost, FA Snapchat Ghost, so we don't need this one. Yeah, Ghost is pretty good, pretty cool. And let's just change this one to Snapchat. Okay, that's fine. Awesome. So next, inside this div, let's just add classes to this div. And this one is going to be flex core, and for larger devices it's going to be flex row, items center, and justify around, and gap is going to be 6. Okay, so we are actually not using grid system here. And inside this, we will loop over our array, which was called companies, I guess, companies.map. And let's start by destructuring ID, icon, title, and let's return the JSX. We can copy this here. So just copy this, paste it right here, and save it. You will see blah like 5 times, but instead of blah, we want title. Now you save it, you see titles. So let's, and we can also do icon right here. So I'll just icon and save it, you see icons. So let's just add some CSS magic, and we will be good. And we should also add key tag. Let's do that later. Items center, capitalize, padding of 4, and this is going to be rounded large. Okay, uh, let's just add the key tag, and this is going to be ID. Save it. Okay, it's coming out. Let's add classes to p tag, and the only class we need is margin left of 2. Awesome, look at that, guys. Looks super amazing. And on mobile devices it looks great as well, with great padding and great styling, guys. Super amazing. Wow, I am proud of this. Hope you are too. So we can play the video. Look at that, amazing. The background goes away. This thing works on mobile devices as well, right? The mobile menu is insanely good. It drops down from the top, and the transparency for this title, super amazing stuff, guys. Okay, so looks like we are done with the customers part. Now we will work on this contact part. So let's just copy this so that okay, we will you know what, let's first create the file. So I'll just say contact.jsx rafe, save it, go to app.js, and we want context right here. So contact, train is back. Okay, if we scroll down here, we can see contact right at the bottom. So let's start by, you know what, we can close that. Let's close everything, open contact again, open customers. Damn, why it's so loud, right? Okay, let's just copy this. I can be louder than the train. Let's just have order. Okay, so we have the page section. I'll just paste it right here. Let's have the closing tag, and now I will copy this and put it right here, paste it, and this is going to be contact, this is going to be contact, oops, my bad, contact, save it. And if we go back, look at that power of page section, guys. Page section is super amazing. Okay, now let's go ahead and add the JSX, right? So we have this. What we are trying to achieve is like two sections, right? Left has picture, some text, and social icon, and right side we have the form. Guys, this form is completely operational for form. To make it operational, we are going to use getform.io, right? And yes, it does work with React, and super amazing. Okay, so we need to import the image. So what I'll do is imp.assets, and this is going to be contact us, and what we can say is contact image, and we so it's basically this image, and we can use it later. Okay, so inside this page section, we also need some icons. We need two icons for social icons. I'll just say React icons FA, and this one is FA LinkedIn, and next one is FA Twitter. Okay, awesome. Inside page section, now we can start working on the form, on the whole section. So basically, first we will work on this, and then probably create a separate component for this contact form. Okay, so let's go back, and inside this I'll just say div, and this div will have, first is going to be left, so I'll just say left, and this is going to be the left div, right, and this is going to be the right div. Actually, we can have space after this. Okay, and now if we save it, okay, it works. So let's add classes to this one. So basically it's going to be flex column. So flex column for mobile devices, and for larger devices we will make it flex row. Oops, my bad. So flex row, and we will have gap of 8 and margin top of 4, and save it. Okay, awesome. We don't see anything because we need some stuff right here. So first one, this div will have class of width full. For larger devices, it's going to be width 1, 2, so 1 by 2, and we will have height of full, and padding of 4, and flex items center, flex column, and justify center, And inside this div, we will have one image tag. So img, source is going to be contact image, and alt is going to be contact us. And classes are going to be rounded full, object cover, width of 72 and height of 72 as well, shadow large, and shadow is going to be of th purple. Save it. And do we see the picture right here? We have the picture, and after the picture we will have a p tag, and let's copy the text from here. So I think copy it, paste it right here, and instead of comma we can change it to period. And this will have classes as well. Let's go back so that we can see. Save the file. Okay, and let's add the classes py of 12 and max width of medium. So basically it will occupy like small space, right? And so okay, picture doesn't look in center. Okay, that's fine. Looks great. So after this p tag, we will have the social icons, and for that we will have a div right here, and this div will have another div. So this div will have the icons, so FA LinkedIn, and this is going to be size of 25. And let's just close this and copy this whole thing. Let's make this FA Twitter, save it. Oh, we should have added the classes first. Okay, let's just do that now. Classes, this one is going to be flex, items center, justify center, rounded full, and shadow MD, shadow th purple, and on hover we want it to scale 105%, and for duration 200, padding of 3, and cursor pointer. And now if I save it, okay, we see this right there, and let's just remove this and duplicate it again, and now we should be fine. This is going to be FA Twitter, and if you guys want, feel free to loop over them as well. And let's add classes to this guy over here. This is going to be grid calls to mx auto, and width of 4x5 and gap of 10. So guys, this 4x5 basically means 80%, right? So width 80% is 4x5. Awesome. So looks like we are done with the left part. Let's just go ahead and compare. Okay, so we are good. Left part looks great. Next, we should work on the form. Okay. So for right side, we have this div right here, and this div is just going to be class width of full, and for larger devices we will do width 1x2, height of full, and rounded XL, and padding of 4. Save it. And inside this we will have our form. So what we can do is, let's go ahead and create our form, and we can import it right here. So let's go do this. This is going to be our contact form.jsx rafce. Go back, and here we can just say contact form and slash, and awesome. So okay, we see it right here. Now let's just close this, go back to contact form, and inside this div, so this div will have class of flex. Do we need flex? No, we don't really need flex for this one. So this will have padding of 4, and we will have text of left. So basically this text is for this guy, for this one, for this labels. Okay. Okay, let's go back here, and inside this div we will have our form. Just leave the action part blank for now. We will come back and use it later. And let's just go ahead and add method. Method is going to be post. This is how getform.io works. So make sure you add method post, okay? Otherwise it won't work. And action part, we will work on it later. So this is going to be div. Class is going to be grid. For larger devices, it's going to be grid calls to, and gap of 4, width of full, and padding y of 2. And inside this div we want label, and label we don't really need HTML for. We'll just have class names. This is going to be capitalized, text small, and padding y of 2, and font light. I think, okay, save it. We don't see anything because we need to add the label, and this is going to be name. Okay, right here we can see the label, and after the label we want input. So this is going to be input of type text, and name is going to be name. So guys, make sure you add the name attribute, otherwise getForm.io won't work. So this is how getForm.io knows, right? Key value pair, right? Name is going to be the text you enter inside this field, and so on. So classes, so this will have class of border 2, text gray 900, and we will have rounded large, padding of 3, flex, and focus. On focus we want, so basically what we are trying to do is, right now if you click on this, you can see this ugly blue lines. I don't like that, so we will remove it. So on focus we will say outline none, and save it. And now when you click here, the only thing you see is the cursor blinking, which is perfect. And looks like we are missing something. Okay, padding 4, grid large, gap of 4, and flex column. Oh, we did forget to add another div. So there is supposed to be another div right here, and this will have class of flex, flex column, call span 2, and for larger device it's going to be call span 1, and save it. And let's just do this, copy this whole thing including input, oops my bad, and just cut it and paste it right here, save it, and now we can see it right here, right? Something is wrong here. Oh, okay, because the phone will be right here next to this. So what you can do is just copy this, we can duplicate this, and now if we save it, oh, right there. So just change this to phone, and we can also change this guy over here to phone. Okay, looks great. If we go back, that's how it looks. Next, let's just copy this again, but this time this one will not have call span. Basically, yep, remove this, so it will occupy the whole thing, and just change this to email, and this name is going to be email, and type is going to be email as well. Once again we can copy this and paste it right there, but this time instead of input we will have text area. So let's just change it to message, and instead of input we will have text area, and oops my bad, text area, and save it. We see text area right here. So name is, remove this, name is going to be message, and we also want rows, and I think rows, let's just make it 10. So 10 rows, and bam, look at that, we see the whole thing. So the only thing we need to do is now add the button. So this, and it's really easy to do because it's going to be our gradient button. So after this div, what we want to do is add another div, and inside this div we will have gradient, oops my bad, gradient button slash, and let's add classes to this guy over here. So margin left of 4, margin top of 4, and capitalize. Let's just add title of send message. Awesome, look at that. And add classes to this one. This is going to be flex, item center, and justify center as well. Save it. Oops. Okay, this is going to be item center, justify center. Okay, probably we want this outside this div and above the form. Okay, that's how it should be. And now what we can do is we can hook up this form and test it out. So basically, let's go to getform.io, and once it opens up, just go through the process. Like if you don't have getform.io account, just create a new one. It's straightforward process. And what I'll do is I'll remove this old one so that we can create a new one. So I'll delete this endpoint. And guys, please don't use my endpoint, because once after recording this video, I will delete this endpoint anyways. So please go ahead and create your own. So I'll just say YouTube cyber website, and my time zone is going to be Indian Standard Time. Create, and we are good to go. Just copy it, and if you want, you can read this, but it's saying the same thing. You need to add method post to your form, and finally ensure that each input has a name attribute. So what we can do is let's just put this side by side. Go back here, and I have already copied the link. I'll just paste it here, save it, and let's just bring this outside and put it right next to this one. This is our form. I'll refresh the page, go to my form. Once again, this is localhost 3000 because we still need to add the footer. So this is what we are working on currently. Let's just do foo, random numbers, foo at gmail.com. Hello, how are you? I am live right now. Bam. Let's add some exclamation and send message, and hopefully it works. And guys, look at that. We have the message right now. So that's how simple it is to implement forms. Okay, awesome. So we are done with this part. I'll just close this and just open new tab and place it right back here. And I'll also close this. Okay, now let's work on this last section, which is footer. And after that, guys, we can upload our website to Netlify. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go back here and scroll down, close all this, and create a new file, which is going to be footer.jsx rafce. Save it, go to app.js, and after contact we want footer, and save it, and we can see footer right there. So I'll close app.js, close the sidebar, and I'll probably remove this. Okay, so for this div, we want class of border of top, and it's going to be border white, and you can see white border right there. And inside this div, we will have another div. So classes is going to be my32, so margin y of 32, max width screen XL, and MX auto as well. Save it, and we can see there is margin right there. And inside this div, we will have another div, and this div will have class of grid, grid calls to. So this is going to be 2 columns for mobile devices, and for larger devices we will have grid calls of 4. This is going to be grid calls of 4, and text center and gap of 12. Save it. We don't see stuff because we should add them. There is going to be a div right here, and this div will have h1. H1 is going to be company, and this will have unordered list, and this is going to be mt1. Save it. Margin top of 1, enter, and inside this unordered list we will have li, and what we can do is li is going to be this, and we can say sub menu and put a $sign times 4. So basically what this will do is it will generate everything for us. Look at that. That's how you do it, guys. Once again, what you can do is li to curly braces, this is emit. Okay, so that's how you use it. Enter, and everything is generated for you. And now if you go here, okay, right here, so we should add classes to our h1, which is going to be text large, font bold, and save it. Awesome. Look at that, guys. Looks great, right? So what I can do is I can just copy this 1 2 3 and save it. Okay, looks great. Change the second one to support. support, and third one is going to be developer API, and fourth one is just going to be stuff. Save it and looks just great, right? uh, if you want, you can create an array for this as well and loop over it. Why don't we do that, right? You know what, let's just quickly add this p tag right there, okay, and then we can loop over the array. So before this two divs, right, before last two divs, we will add a p tag, and this will have copyright symbol. So I can get it from right here, and I'll just say copyright 2022 Anton LLC, and save it. You can see it right there, but we should add some classes. So margin Y of 12, text center, text small, and font light, and text th blue. As far as I know, font light doesn't really do much with this Orbitron font. So even if we remove it, it still looks similar. Okay, now let's try to loop over this thing. So what we need here is this. So it's going to be an array of array, right? Now let's just quickly do it. So instead of having 4 submenus, I'll just have 2 so that you guys can have idea, right, what's happening. So let's just do that. And after that, we will add React Smooth Scroll. So what I'll do is const menu, and this will have an array, and this will have ID of 1, and title is going to be, let's just say, company, and submenu is going to have it's going to be an array as well once again, and this one will have ID of 1, and title is just going to be submenu 1. And what we want to do is copy this to 3. So basically this is going to be 2, 3, and change this to 2 as well, and change this to 3. Okay, so what I can do now is copy this whole thing, and 2, 3, 4, and save it. So this one is my second one, so I'll just change this to 2, and company is going to be support. And what I can do is let's just make it let's just say Apple, and this one is going to be 3, and developer API, and this is going to be grape, and this guy over here is going to be 4, and let's just say stuff, and just do this stuff. Okay, and what we want to do is grid calls this div. Okay, you want to loop over the main menu right here, so this is going to be menu dot map, and from this what we want is ID, title, and sub menu, and we want to return JSX right here, and just copy this whole thing and paste it right here, and we can remove all this stuff so that we can see. And if we go back here, we still see it, but we still need to replace everything with the variables, right, so that it's more dynamic. So let's just add key right now. This is going to be ID, change this to title, so title, and now the title looks good, but we still need to loop over for the sub menu, right? So the way we can do is okay, we want another JSX, which is going to be submenu dot map, and this guy over here is going to be title, and just return this, return JSX, move this over here. This will have key of ID, remove this, and make this title. And now if I save it, it looks just perfect, right? Look at that. So I've received questions many times like, so how do you really add links to this, right? So what you want to do is you can add just like uh, I can show it to you. What you can do is, like, for this, let me show you how to add link to sub menu. Let's add link to Apple one, right? So what you can do is just add link tag here, and we can go to https this apple.com, save it. And now if I scroll down, what I want to do is, so inside this li tag, what I'll just do is remove this, and I will have a tag with href. So a tag will have href, and href is just going to be link, and link we will get it from right here. So link, and this a tag will have title right here, and save it. Now this one is actually clickable, guys. As you can see, this is the a tag, and now if I click it, it's going to take me to apple.com, right? So that's how you can add links. So this structure will work completely fine. The only thing you need to do is, like, just copy this and have link tags for multiple whichever menus you want. And similar principle applies for navbar as well. So now let's go ahead and add a smooth scroll to our navbar, right? So as you can see, it's still not working. So I'll just pause this, clear that out, open up navbar, and what you want to do is import a React scroll, and oops, my bad. Go to this second, and what we want to import is link, and inside this link li tag, what I'll just do is link. So I'm making sure this one is for my desktop version. Okay, looks like, yep, that's desktop version. And I'll just add more space here, and I'll just move this in between, and this will have some stuff. So 2 is going to be link, which we get it from this loop right here. And we will also have smooth tag, duration is going to be 500. And now if I save it, refresh the page, and pause this, and if I click on products, look at that, guys. Awesome, right? Smooth scroll is working completely fine. Takes us to developer API. Click on customers, it will take you to customers. Click on contact, takes you to contact, right? But if I make this to mobile version, it still doesn't work, because we still need to, so just do this, copy this, and scroll down, go to your mobile version, select this thing, remove it, add some space, paste it right here, and save it. And now if you go back and click, it does take you there. But the thing is, the menu is still not dismissed, right? So what we can do is, here inside link, we can say on click, we will say set is menu shown to false. And now if I click on products, it does scroll down, but our menu is hidden as well. So that's awesome. Now, so looks like we are done with the whole implementation part. Now we will deploy this project on Netlify, right? So in order for us to do that, what I need to do is, okay, we don't have any warnings, so that's awesome. Let's just quickly go over the project, and everything looks just great. We have these buttons, we have products. Guys, look at the build. It's so amazing. So we have contact section, we have footer, and for desktop version, just refresh the page. Okay, everything looks just great, guys. Look at that. Super amazing, right? So let me go to github.com and and I'll just try to get my profile, and this is my GitHub profile. I'll go back to my terminal. I'll go back here, git status. So before we push our code to Netlify, we need to push our code to GitHub. So I will just do that. So I'll just do git add period. For you, there's a good chance you have a lot of red stuff, but don't worry, just follow my steps. So I'll just do git status now. Once you do git add period, it becomes all green. Now you need to commit. So I'll just do commit m, and let's just say project done YT, and awesome, git status again. Okay, we are good. So this is what you want to see, nothing to commit, working tree clean. Let me go ahead and create a new repository. And this one is just going to be Cyberpunk React Tailwind website. Okay, and let's just add YT in front, and I'll just create this repository. Okay, and just copy these 3 lines, go back to terminal and paste it right here, hit enter, and it should push the code to GitHub. And okay, looks like it's done. Now if I refresh the page, I have my project right here, right? Okay guys, so of course this project will be in the description below. Guys, one thing, whenever you are here, make sure to give it a star, right? If this video really helps you, feel free, please give it a star, right? Okay, next let's go to Netlify, netlify.com, and I'll just log in here, and I'll just log in with my email. Just hit enter, and this is going to be this plan. Okay, and log in, and we are here. So I have some recent projects. Next, what I'll do is I'll just select add new site, import an existing project. I'll select GitHub. Now, if you are using Netlify for the first time, you might want to go through the GitHub process. But so when it asks you if you want to import all projects or select the projects, if you're a learner, just select all projects. Like, it will be easier for you to do it in future. But if you're working for a client or something, I would suggest you select the project, right? You don't want to select other clients' project as well, just privacy concerns, right? So I'll just search for cyber here, and it should bring up my project. Okay, we have YD Cyberpunk here. I'll just select this. Let's leave everything as it is, and I'll just hit deploy site, and guys, we are good to go. And this will take like a minute or so to deploy. And guys, this is continuous deployment. So basically, from now on, whenever you push the code to GitHub, it will automatically deploy your website on Netlify, right? Super amazing. And even if, let's say in future, one of your build fails, your previous version will still be deployed. So that's super amazing. And let's just refresh the page. Okay, it's still building. Let's just wait until then. We can type race as always. I'll just say practice. Okay, this one's a big one. So there's never been a true sets of people who were certain they were in the right. Oops, my bad. Really dangerous. Believe they are doing. They are doing solely and only because it is without question the right thing to do, and that is what makes them dangerous. Awesome, right? 89. Super cool. And guys, this is published. So I'll click on this and it will take me to the website. And guys, look at the link. Our project is currently deployed on Netlify. Look at the video, guys. So let's just put it side by side to the mobile version. I'll just bring it here. Okay, the link is pretty weird, so I'll just copy it and paste it right here. And guys, look at that. We have mobile version. We can pause this if we like. Pause it on mobile version. We can bring down mobile drop down menu, click on products. It will smooth scroll you to products. Scroll down. Look at that, guys. Super awesome, right? Everything looks great. So what we can do is let's go ahead and test out our form, right? So I will, this time we can keep the mobile version, and I'll just log in here and I'll just quickly fill out the form. Okay, let's just do bar, enter some random numbers. I'll just do bar at gmail.com. Guys, if you want, you can do validation as well using React. Maybe I'll do it in future, okay? So for now, I'll just do hello, I am live on Netlify. Guys, Netlify is super amazing. Always love it. Okay, and look at that, guys. Our form is submitted, right? Awesome. So let me show you how continuous deployment works, right? So let's say you wish, I'll just close this, one of them. So let's make this changes. Let's say you don't want the, right? Let's just remove it. So what I'll do is I'll go to hero section, and here, where is my the? You know what? We can add another the. So that makes it 2 of them. So now if I save it and open up our local host, we have 2 the's, and let's also add some space so that we have the space. So on local host we have the, and but our live is still 1 the, right? So what we can do is, what's this? Okay, that's my previous project. So what I'll do is I'll go to git again. So I'll just do git status, and you can see we have the difference here. I can show it to you. So components and hero section, you can see we changed the here, right? You can see the difference. So now let's commit it. So git status, git add period. Oops, my bad. Git add clear, git status, git commit m, and refactor. And now if I git push, okay, of course the changes are going to be pushed to my GitHub. Let's not go ahead and see that, but look at this. Now if I refresh Netlify, look at that, it's building right now, right? So let's just wait for a minute. Okay guys, if you coded along with me and you build this project, that's super amazing. Leave a thumbs, smash that like button, right? And if you modified this website and if you want to share it with me, feel free to send the link to me via email or anything else you prefer, okay? Next, okay, this is published, so let's just check it out, and we are done, guys. Look at that. Our live website is changed in under a minute, right? Super amazing. Okay, so anyways, if you're stuck somewhere, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you want me to work on some project or some build, if you have some ideas, once again, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer as many comments as possible. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.